Hello, everyone. This is number 15 out of a 100 lives challenge that I'm doing. Hi, my name is Ingrid, and we're going to talk about today about the fear that no one shows up for your presentation. Could be a live one, could be a Zoom one, a group meeting, whatever you want to call it. The fear that no one shows up. Where does that come from? Because personally, I love it when no one shows up. It maybe sounds strange, but it gives you the possibility to record yourself and just teach all your things that you want to teach in a really calm manner. You don't have the constant things inside your head of, oh my God, I need to interact with them. And now I need to ask them a question. And how are they doing? And then we need to look at the answers. Is there a question there? Do I need to answer that question? Yes or no? You know, all that type of distractions are then out of the picture. So you can calm down and you can just teach your stuff and find the flow of your presentation, find out if it's good enough or not, or maybe you could change it a little bit later on. So it's actually a very good rehearsal process. So you just announce it because then you have to, right? There's no more escape. Like, oh my God, what if someone does show up? So you need to be ready. And that's working towards a deadline. So you are ready and everything's ready. And if no one shows up and you do it anyway, then you find out that you really come to peace. So where is then that fear coming from? Well, personally, I think it's coming from people who teach you sales techniques. Because what they are saying is, if you want a month with about 5K of revenue, for instance, right? And you do only one webinar and you have an offer that is for 1K, then you need to sell 5, right? That means that you need to have at least times 3, 15 people live and present in your presentation. Times 3, it means you need to at least have 45 people registered. Times 3, that means you need to have at least 135 people present. Invited, not present, invited. So they use a number 3 as a multiplying factor or a divided factor. So at least 135 people invited. So you open a Facebook event, right? For instance, and you invite 500 people, and then think, okay, I checked that box. I invited 135 people. Maybe you have an email list. Invite those people too. The more the merrier, right? More people in means more sales, according to those sales courses. And then at the end, no one shows up. And that is because there is a lot more going on than just inviting people. And you know that, right? The way you talk, the way your hooks are, the way your story is of bringing them in. Maybe you use ads, they're not optimally. So there's a whole marketing schedule around that. So just focusing on those numbers only creates the fear and disappointment if they don't show up. I had that once. If you look back on my timeline or on my YouTube channel where all my videos are, if you look back, you will find a video that I was really sad. I worked so hard of inviting people and no one showed up. So it only brings a certain amount of, sure, you need to know your numbers and you need to know how it works, right? Invited does not mean they will register because not everyone opens their email, sees your message in your timeline and all that stuff. If they register, that doesn't mean they show up. Some people just register and in the hope that they get the replay because at that particular time that you're giving that masterclass or webinar or whatever, they can't make it. Then it's possible. And some people just register, forget all about it. Whatever reasons there are, they do not all show up. And if they do show up, It doesn't mean that they will all automatically buy, right? Maybe you are not the right fit. Maybe they don't like you. That's why those free things are so important, to test that, whether you have a connection with them. That's why connecting, building trust, search the interaction and the engagement is so important in those free classes. So they do it the right way by showing you that not everyone will show up, by, or all those steps in between. But it can make you feel like, okay, but what if no one shows up? I invited 600 people and no one shows up. I worked so bloody hard for that. Right? So when that happens, you work really hard for a presentation and no one shows up, not even one, then make it a rehearsal for yourself. Don't go like, okay, well, it's a rehearsal, I can relax and go for a drink. No, do it anyway, like you are, like whether there are people, just no one will see it, but do it anyway. Present, feel the ease, test things out, and see it as a rehearsal. All right? Cool. See you next time.